Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about when your ex has indeed lost feelings for you. So if your ex has lost feelings for you and it's clear to you and you've been made to feel that it's clear to you that your ex is never coming back, the only option that you really have at this time is to start moving on. To start moving on with your life, to start pressing forward instead of looking back. And it's not a great idea to be looking back on your life and wishing how things could have changed and how things could have been different for you, because it's a very fruitless activity and it's only going to make you feel bad about yourself, okay? And you're already feeling bad, especially if you didn't want this breakup to happen, because, being dumped or going through a breakup that you didn't want to happen, it lowers your self-esteem. It makes you feel not as desired. It makes you sometimes feel like a failure. You feel like you failed the relationship. You feel like you're failing at relationships. Right? It can make you feel, if you got dumped, it can make you feel unlovable, things like that. It can make you really question, your worthiness, in essence, right? So it's not a good idea to look back. Okay, obviously sometimes we can't help but look back, obviously. But most of all, what I want you to take from this is that now it's time to start moving forward and looking forward in your life. Because that's what's going to help you. Okay, looking back is never going to help you. Regretting things is never going to help you. So you have to push forward now. And let this person go. Because if they have truly lost feelings for you, there ain't a lot you can do about it. In fact, there's barely anything you can do about it. The only thing that might give you a shred of hope of maybe reconnecting with them in the future is if you apply the no contact rule. Okay, because no amount of you begging or pleading or trying to reason with them, writing letters, things like that, none of that is actually going to help them make them more attracted to you. Okay? If anything, it could actually make them pity you, and let's be honest, we don't really tend to be attracted to people we pity. So it's not a good idea to do those things. It's way better to actually come across as strong and to go into no contact and not contact your ex at all anymore, especially if you really know in your heart of hearts that they have lost feelings for you. Okay? And it's a good idea as well, if you're unsure if your ex has lost feelings for you, if you're not 100% sure if they've lost feelings for you, to go into no contact as well. Because it's still the best method to make an ex miss you, feel like they're losing you, and want to reach out. Okay? So, and what that will do, the thing that I really like about the no contact rule is that it does reveal over time how someone feels about you. Because if someone loves you and they care about you, and you've stopped speaking to them and you're not contacting them anymore, they will reach out to you because they will fear losing you. They will feel your absence. They will feel your loss. Okay, and if they care about you, they won't want that to happen. They will reach out to you. Okay, but if they don't care about you, then you'll never hear about them. You'll never hear from them ever again, unless they maybe want something from you. Right? Sometimes an ex can reach out because they want something from you. They want a favor, or they want you to do something, or they want to come collect their stuff, things like that, But essentially, the no contact rule is the best method to get an ex back, so that's the only really game you have left in your arsenal, right? So that's the only one you can play. Okay? Because the other methods, trying to contact them, trying to reason with them, is not going to work. So what you need to do then to help you let go of these things, because it can be very difficult to let go of an ex, is that, like I said before, you need to start having more forward thinking. So the best thing that you can do really is just try and figure out, a vision for your life. Try and figure out what you would like your life to look like. And then start aiming for that. Okay? Because you want to have a life that you're happy with, that fulfills you, that makes you feel happy, right? That makes you feel at peace. Okay, so what would that look like for you? And the reason why you should be aiming for that is because, well, first of all, the time is going to pass anyway, so you might as well be trying to make a life for yourself that's nice, okay? So you might as well be trying to do that, because, like I said, the time is going to pass anyway. So you want to create this life for yourself that you're really happy with, that you can be truly content with. So it's a good idea to think of, okay, so what would I like my body to look like, ideally? What kind of what would my career look like if I could have it any way I want? It could be as well that, okay, what would I like my finances to be? How much do I want to be earning a month or yearly? You've got to really, take into consideration what these things are, right, for yourself. Think about your lifestyle, like how would you like to be living in your free time? What would you like to be doing with your free time? What kind of relationships would you like to be having with your friends and family and new romantic partners? What would you like this to look like for yourself? Okay? And it's a good idea to actually write a list, right? Get a piece of paper and write down the things that you would ideally like to have in this life. Okay? And then write another list of practical things that you can do every day to help make that a reality. So it could be exercising for a certain amount every day. It could be if you want to start your own online business, it could be sorting things out for that. Right? It could be writing articles or blog posts. It could be making videos for YouTube or something like that. It could be doing other things, like maybe if you've got like you're really crafty, you've got like an Etsy page, right, that you want to sell products on, right? How would you ideally like to be living? If you could have it any way you wanted it and you can have it perfect, obviously without your ex, okay? Don't put your ex in there because you can't really control what they do, right? And you can't control if they're going to come back or not. So how would you ideally like to be living? And try and aim for it, okay? Because that will put you into forward thinking. It will help you look back less. And hopefully you've picked things that are going to inspire you, that really excite you as well. So if you've got those things, right, that's going to really help you move forward. Okay. So another thing that can help as well is that after you've had some time to like get over this person, and you'll know you're starting to get over it because your feelings will feel less intense about them. So if you've got to a point where you don't actually feel as bad about the breakup anymore, you don't think about them as often anymore, that's how you know that you've started to move on. And once you have got to that place, then be determined to find someone better than your ex, because that will really help you move on from them. So, for example, you want to find someone who is better looking than them. Obviously, you want to upgrade. You want to get an upgrade. Obviously, beauty is obviously in the eye of the beholder. So, with someone who may, so someone who's more attractive than your ex to you may not be the same for someone else. But ideally, you want to find someone who you are super attracted to, more attracted to than your ex. You want to find someone who is nicer to you, who maybe has more of their life together, right? So instead of like being these two incomplete people coming together, it's more like two complete people coming together and just creating something amazing, right? Because what you've got to realize is when you're trying to find a partner, you shouldn't be finding someone to complete you or someone that's going to be like your other half, right? I don't quite get that point, that analogy of like, oh yeah, that's my better half or that's my other half. So you're just half a person when you're not with them. Right? It doesn't make sense to me. A relationship should be two whole people who have their life together, coming together and creating something really beautiful, right? So then there's less fear, there's less anxiety about the relationship, okay? Because if your whole existence is on them, on how they feel about you, and your happiness depends on them, then whenever they say something, whenever they're in a bad mood, that's when they say something not nice and they're in a bad mood, whatever it is, right? If they say something to you, it could affect your whole day and make you feel miserable. But if you realize that your happiness is your own thing, and if they're in a bad mood, you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to ride the wave. They're going to probably be better tomorrow. I'll probably help them try and figure it out if they want help. But if they're in a really bad mood and they need time alone, I'm going to give it to them, okay? But ideally, you should be finding someone who already has their life together and they're not there to complete you, right? You should see a relationship as like a cherry on the cake rather than the whole cake itself or another big component of the cake like the icing or something, okay? You should see it as a complement, right? Not the whole thing, okay? So that's why you need to get really secure in yourself, and you need to actually really enjoy being on your own as well. If you learn to enjoy being on your own, you're never afraid of a breakup because you know that you can, use your time wisely. Yeah, you'll probably be sad for a bit that the breakup happened, but it's not going to completely crumble your world because you know how to pick yourself up, you know how to take care of yourself, you know how to enjoy your own company, you know how to enjoy your own time, okay? And if you know how to do that, then you'll never be afraid of breaking up with someone. Now, I am deeply, deeply in love with my wife. 100%. Okay? But if she did anything to disrespect the relationship, like cheat on me or hit me, something terrible, right? I know that I would be fine on my own. It wouldn't bother me to be on my own because I know how to use my time wisely. It's not going to make me crumble. Yeah, I'll be sad. It would suck. I would prefer to be together. But ultimately, I'm okay if something happens. It's not going to ruin me. It's not going to ruin my mental health. It's not going to make me become unalived or whatever, right? That's not going to happen to me. I know that in my heart of hearts, that it's not going to ruin my life. It'll make my life suck for a bit, yeah, sure. But I can live, and I know I can live without her. Okay? I'd rather not, obviously, but things happen in life. Okay? And I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of it. Okay? That's where you need to get to. So then you're not afraid then of losing someone. You're not afraid of a breakup because you know that you can look after yourself, that you'll be fine. Yeah, it may take some time to get back on your feet, but eventually you will be absolutely fine. Okay? So if you can get to that state, that's amazing. If you can get to that frame of mind, that's incredible. Because you're never fear of losing someone then. And ultimately, when you get to that place where you never fear losing anyone, that's when you actually find that person who's never going to leave you, who's always going to love you, who's always going to care about you, because they can sense that strength in you. Okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.ChristineLoveridge.com. And I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.